What ad platform should you use in 2021? This is a big question that I get asked. Now, obviously, I'm a little bit biased because YouTube ads is my main expertise. But what I want to do is I want to break down and talk about the different ad platforms, what their status is right now in 2021, and what you should be looking to advertise on. Now, what I will say is that YouTube ads is the primary platform that I advertise on. And we have thousands of clients that are going in and utilizing YouTube ads, just like the ones that you might see that I run, but also they're running these YouTube ads. And that's because right now in 2021, YouTube is the biggest blue ocean. It is a massive blue ocean because there's so much opportunity and people aren't tapping into it yet. People are only just now starting to realize the value of YouTube. Now, I've been on YouTube, for over 12 years, starting out with a YouTube channel, building that up. Then for the last 7-8 years, running YouTube ads, right? And now I teach entrepreneurs, business owners like yourself, how to use these YouTube ads to get consistent leads and sales in our programs. But with our YouTube ads, what I have found is that right now across all the ad platforms is providing the highest return on ad spend, or ROAS. And so what we've seen is typically with your YouTube ads, especially if you're a coach, consultant, course creator, you can expect 4 to 8x ROAS. Now, obviously it's a little bit different on products. And so it's going to depend on the product. We have certain products that might be at 3x, 4x. We have some that are at 2x, and that might be good for them. Obviously, when we talk about ROAS, it's really specific to you. If anybody says this is what you're absolutely going to get, then they're not really telling you the truth, because every business is a little bit different. But what we have found is consistently YouTube outperforms Facebook, outperforms the other competition. Now, why is that? Why is YouTube the best advertising platform in 2021? Well, that's because YouTube specifically is based on intent. This is what somebody's actually looking up. Think about this. YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google, which, Google owns YouTube, so they have all that data as well. But on YouTube, people are looking up how to lose weight, how to get in shape, how to get fit. People are looking up how to grow my business, how to scale, mindset, whatever happens to be that you help people with, they're looking it up on YouTube. And then you can take your video ad and put it directly in front of those videos, essentially hijacking that traffic, sending it into your own funnel. So imagine getting in front of people that are actively searching for what you're doing right now. Now, that intent doesn't exist on a lot of other platforms. So you think about Facebook, everybody's just constantly scrolling. There's nothing about what they're actually doing right now, nothing about the video that they're actually watching. So you can just get in front of somebody as they're scrolling, but you're not getting in front of them when they're actually interested, when they actually have that intent, when they're in that learner's mindset. So what I've found is on Facebook, you're gonna have a roller coaster effect, right? And Facebook's a really red ocean right now, so costs are going up, and that's because everybody's advertising on Facebook these days. But with Facebook, you're gonna have a roller coaster effect because you can't control exactly when you're targeting people. Now, when does Facebook work? Because Facebook is actually a recommended ad platform in 2021 in this video, not just gonna recommend YouTube. Facebook works as a secondary ad platform to your YouTube ads to complement them. I'd recommend more of an 80-20 strategy, 80% YouTube, 20% Facebook. And that's because Facebook does have a solid algorithm that can find and pinpoint that low-hanging fruit. Facebook is great at low-hanging fruit, picking that fruit that you can actually, get from the bottom of the tree. When you start getting higher and higher, you're trying to shake the tree, you're trying to get more and more fruit. The problem is with your Facebook campaigns, it's not specific to what somebody's doing right now. So if you have very specific audience of who this person is and you have the pixel trained, you can reach the right people. But over on YouTube, you can actually pinpoint with more accuracy every time who that person is, because you're reaching the right person in the right video with the right message, right? So the right person, the right time, the right message. So you get in front of the right person, and then you're getting them to convert. So that's why YouTube ads are our #1 recommended advertising platform. Facebook is gonna be our second one. Let's say 80-20, YouTube, Facebook. And then from there, I would also recommend having omnipresent retargeting. So bringing people in from YouTube, bringing some people in from Facebook, getting that low-hanging fruit on Facebook that you can get with the algorithm, and then having YouTube be that predominant source that you use. And then from there, I recommend omnipresent retargeting people everywhere. So not just on your YouTube and Facebook, retargeting them there, but also retargeting them on Google search. Google Display, image ads, email ads, right? You can target people on Twitter, Pinterest. You know, there's all kinds of different platforms that you can run your retargeting ads on, so you're constantly reaching them everywhere. So what I've found is the best advertising strategy in 2021 is to rely predominantly on YouTube. I would say 80%. You get 20% on Facebook to, you know, scratch that low-hanging fruit, and then omnipresent retarget people on all of these platforms, right? All these different ones, you know, we can name them all, but all of these platforms that you have online so that you can reach them everywhere once they're in your ecosystem. Because once they're already there, you might as well retarget them everywhere. But the best place to grab them and to bring them in is from that blue ocean of YouTube, and then also to diversify a little bit on Facebook. That's my recommendation for advertising strategies in 2021.